Welcome back everyone to some more Oblivion Remastered mods. Today I want to share some gameplay improvement mods with you all. These range from quality of life, to endgame improvements, to just improving moment-to-moment gameplay. Let's get into it. To start, we have another 4 mods by Kates. The first of these is more difficulty levels. This makes difficulty selection much more granular, making the jump from adept to expert to master much gentler. So you can tailor the game's difficulty to exactly how powerful your character is. It brings the amount of difficulties in the game from 5 to 11, and it halves the impact of each difficulty increase. The mod author also claims that it works with difficulty curve mods, so you can perfectly tailor your experience. It's a wonderful addition to the game and a must download in my opinion. Next up is better interface settings. This adds more size options for the cursor, UI menu text, and subtitle text, as well as letting you make the text larger than vanilla, so really nice if you're playing from a couch or something. And on top of that, it works all from the in-game settings menu, so you don't need console commands or anything. Works really nice. His next mod is better dialogue menu. This does a few things. It replaces the backgrounds of text with text outlining instead. It moves the interaction buttons lower and it makes them smaller, and it moves the dialogue options tighter together. This looks really nice in my opinion, and you have the option as well to move the dialogue to the right side of the screen like it is in Skyrim. And his last mod for today is slightly faster level loading. This mod adjusts the I settings to let you move slightly earlier after a loading screen finishes. And that's really it. For me, it just worked and it was kind of noticeable. Our next mod is Zoom In by Kemperer. This lets you zoom in at the click of a button. It works in third person and first person. It does work on key press, so if you're typing in the console or something, then you might accidentally toggle it, which is kind of annoying. And just a tip, how it works is when you hit the key, it toggles between 2 FOV values. So if you're not playing with an FOV of 75, you want to go into the main.lua file, and you want to modify the top value here. While you're here, you can also change the keybind and the zoomed FOV if you want. The next mod is Instant Level Up by Bayek. This makes it so you don't have to look around for a bed every time you level up. Instead, you just level up on the spot. Doesn't matter if you're in immediate danger, you are now leveling up. That danger can wait. Next, we have some combat perk additions by MadAborModding. My favorite of which is Simple Critical Hit Chance. This adds a critical hit chance to the game that scales with your luck level and the weapon type you're using. This works for melee, ranged, magic. You can even let NPCs crit on you if you want. How the crits work is it's essentially just an extra hit. Kinda janky, but it works. And everything about this mod is configurable in the included config file. On top of this, MadAbor has a lot of perk mods for different weapon types if you're interested, such as Bloodlust for blunt weapons, which on kill gives you a stacking movement speed buff, or Spell and Arrow Stagger Chance, which adds a stagger chance scaling with your marksman or destruction skill. He also has bound weapon perks, which adds various perks to your bound weapons as you level your conjuration. Or dynamic multiple summons, which lets you have more summons the higher your conjuration level. Basically, whatever style you like, he probably has a mod to make it more interesting as you level it up. And everything's configurable to your liking. Really good mods. Are all the vanilla races too alive for you? Do they have too much skin? Muscle? Well, good news. With the Playable Skeletons mod by Alexander, you can play as a skeleton, complete with their own racial passives. To use this race, you do have to use an included save file, as no elegant way to add new races exists yet. But he's such a little cutie, and his hands look really good in first person. I think this is the first new race mod, and I hope we see more new races in the future. Next we have a new alt start mod, Alternative Beginnings by Arthmore. This is a more in-depth alternative start mod than the others that have already released. It lets you pick a starting background, and it starts you in a location with gear that matches that background you selected. It also stalls the main quest until you find a dead treasure hunter at Fort Ash. It's a really handy mod for quickly starting a new character, and it's really nice for role-playing. Next up, a couple mods that make sorting through books a little easier. The first of which is Unread Books Glow by Power of 3. This kind of does what it says. It makes books that you have not read yet glow. In the INI file, you can toggle the effect for books, skill books, and scrolls. To pair with this, we have Skill Book Indicator by Dank Raft. This puts inventory tags on skill books. This works well even with the Unread Books Glow mod because it works in containers and shop inventories. And it doesn't use OBSE, so if you're on Game Pass, this will work. Are you tired of opening containers only to find silverware and yarn? With less random and worthless clutter by Dankraft, you won't have that happen ever again. This mod removes most clutter from containers. Important to emphasize that it removes the clutter, so you'll see a lot of empty containers now. But that just means that you don't have to open them, saving precious seconds and lots of pain. If you like the Ascension Rebalance mod, but you don't want everything that it offers, the Ascension Gameplay Tweaks mod by Push the Win button will be good for you. You can cherry pick exactly what balance changes you like, and there's a lot to choose from. A few of the balance changes are Balanced Alchemy. This causes you to make worse potions, and they sell for very little gold. Faster Arrows. Arrows are faster. Merchant Tool Stock. This makes merchants sell more lockpicks, but less repair hammers and torches. Useful Food and Drinks. This makes food restore more fatigue, and alcoholic drinks are actually beneficial. And there's a lot more balance tweaks to choose from as well. Great mod. Are you at Endgame and tired of seeing the same items in every single chest? Well, Enhanced Endgame Loot by Armless Wonder adds a lot of new items. Most of these items can only be dropped past level 25, and you'll see more and more of them as you level up. This adds a whole new freshness for long playthroughs. It adds new armor, weapons, and arrows that utilize existing assets but have improved stats and sell for more. It also adds spell tomes that teach higher powered spells, and to help casting these high level spells, they've added new amulets that provide powerful magicka buffs. There's also jewels you'll find that function like sigil stones and add powerful enchantments to gear. And on top of all this, there's higher tier alchemy tools. So instead of capping at 100 power, these cap at 255, and you'll be finding new ones up until level 44. This is a crazy mod that hopefully should spice up the later levels of a playthrough. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you found some of these mods useful, and I'll see you next time.